We always like to point this costume out because this has become the holy grail of Wicked. This is Idina Menzel's original Act 2 dress. This costume takes 40 yards of fabric to make. It's unbelievable. Underneath it, you can see all the layers and layers of fabric. I'll come around the other side too. But you can see how the whole thing is sewn on one layer at a time. And so it's an unbelievable process. Again, so much time and energy goes into this costume, and this is one of the most expensive costumes in the show. This is Behind the Emerald Curtain, and it happens every Saturday at the Gershwin Theater at 10 a.m. And it's basically a behind-the-scenes look, not just at the making of Wicked, but at the making of a Broadway show. We take you through all of the nuts and bolts, all the different teams of people. A lot of people wonder how this actually happens.
Well, we start in the museum, what we call the Wonderful Wicked Museum, and we have Idina Menzel's costume and Kristen Chenoweth's costume and Joel Grey's costume and the set model and all sorts of photos. And out there what we do is we talk about the show from the perspective of the designers. What did Susan Hilferty do to design the show? What was Joe Mantello's vision, the director? Then we move inside and we actually have films of interviews with Joe and with all of the designers. And then we talk about what goes on logistically to make the show happen 8 times a week.
I guess about 4.5 years ago, we sat next to each other in the dressing room. We started talking about this idea. We put it on paper. We pitched the idea to our producer. And they said, cool. And so we launched it about 3.5 years ago.
When Tony and I put this together, we thought it was going to be for the real die-hard Wicked fan, which is not the case. What we found is that the people who love it are people who love theater in general. And we get a lot of people who are really excited about theater, and then they'll bring their friends who maybe don't know so much about theater, and those are the people who end up having a great time.
I thought it'd be interesting to see what it takes to make a show. And I was very surprised how many people are involved, how expensive it is.
You don't even think about, wow, that dress has 8 different layers, and that dragon over my head weighs 800 pounds. You're just not thinking about those things. So it gives you a complete different perspective. I can't wait to go back and see it again so I can say, oh, I know where that guy's sitting up top, you know, giving all the cues behind the scenes. It's a neat experience.
If you're interested in how the behind the scenes and how a stage production like this is orchestrated, I mean, I'm pretty interested in how the stage manager calls the show and seeing all the little roles that are played in making something like this happen.
It's not just about Wicked, and I think that's an important point, is that this is about more than Wicked. It's about Broadway in more general terms. When we talk about how all the shows work and how much they are handcrafted and done by humans, and that it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that we offer 8 times a week.
We're realizing, or we have realized, that what we're doing is much bigger than what we had anticipated. We thought this was about really presenting what it takes to put together Wicked. And what it's turned into is so much larger than that. And people are just really intrigued by the process and what it takes to mount any big production like this.
My biggest hope with Behind the Emerald Curtain is that when people leave, their next experience of live theater will be enhanced somehow. Whether that's they're going to see Wicked, or they're going to see another Broadway show, or they're going to see my daughter's Magic Tutu performance at the West Orange Gymnatorium, they're all the same. That live theater is so special, and it is so unique among the arts. And that's my favorite part.
More than anything that you'll walk away with is the idea that the collaboration, that's what's really amazing about live theater. And that's what I think we've really accomplished with Behind the Emerald Curtain. We've gotten people to realize that this is happening right in front of you right now and will never happen again. So it's pretty magical.